wasn't even on my to-do list to talk about, because I don't want to ever put you or anyone in a position to speak for a thing. But, Ghana passed a law making it illegal to be gay,
Yep.
basically. And I don't, are people going to be turning people in? Is this going to be like the sodomy laws that were so prevalent in the United States, where neighbors were, like the McCarthy era?
Yeah.
But there's
The
something
pink scare.
fundamental. Yeah, that. But I think about it from this standpoint, to be illegal for how love, and it's not bothering anyone
Yep.
because this is a Christian nation, and then you say you are churchy. For a lot of people, your love of God, it feels like a conflict, or is hypocritical
Yep.
to the not even your life, because it's not a lifestyle. This is you. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm saddened by that, because I know a whole lot of people are going to feel ostracized in a nation that's theirs. A whole lot of people feel that way here in America. And I was talking with Terry Dubrow, Dr. Terry Dubrow, who is on Botched, and he has a child, one of his 4 children, and he's like, I'm not going to tell my child's story, but I was like, as a parent raising a child at 12, coming to you telling you that they are a different gender, and they went, he and his wife changed their birth certificate, went through in support. And he said, there's so much hate in the world. The one thing that I must do is love my child.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to agree. I don't have to be happy about,
Yep.
whatever they come to me and tell me. I don't have to even agree with it, but I have to love my child and provide my child with a safe place, where there's one place in the world where they can feel whole and complete. And that's my responsibility as a parent. And I was just thinking about that in Ghana. And it's so crazy. Because I'm just like, y'all okay with white Jesus, but gay is too far. You're
Yeah.
okay with white Santa Claus because it's prevalent. You go there Christmas
Yeah.
time, white Santa Claus is all up and down the road, along with the yams and the peanuts and all of the other stuff. And but to be gay, which is something like, so what, how's this going to be, how's it going to play out? And then you're going to arrest people and then put them in jail, and what's the penalty? And then so is that going to force people not to be gay, or to not be in your country, or to hide in your country? And like, a whole nation, how's that so I'm saying that to say, well, as I say that, Roe v. Wade is overturned, and so is a whole bunch of other stuff, as the Supreme Court today has decided to hear the case granting Trump immunity for all of the
For
crimes.
all crimes.
Oh my God. I'm like, there ain't no place to run, for anybody. Like, this is about to get real, real interesting. How do you reconcile with that, Drew?
So I feel like that nothing can separate me from the love of God, right? And that's how I think about it. God is love first, and I think that my relationship with God supersedes any interpretation, or any way that we write, or what we think about the way that that religion is constructed, and it's been constructed, right? And interpreted. And so nothing can separate me from the love of God. I believe that my journey as a Christian who is also a gay man actually has made my faith stronger, in terms of that, because I know that there's nothing but the grace of God that has allowed me to still be here, to be healthy, to be mentally healthy in the way that I am now. So there's nothing that explains my journey to where I am except for the grace of God, right? And so that is not only my belief, but that's my testimony in terms of who I am. I will also say too that, I feel like that one of the guys who was one of the groomsmen in my wedding is a childhood friend. We've been friends since we were 14 years old. He's a Christian. And one of the reasons why he was one of my groomsmen, and I said this, is because I know that no matter what is going on in my life, is that he will go with me before the throne of God in prayer. And that, and for me in my life, I've had just as much, sort of pushback in coming out to gay people as Christian as I have had coming out to Christians as a gay person, right? Because so many people have church hurt. So many people have completely abandoned Christianity because of how they have been treated by Christians. And so that is almost oxymoronic, not just for Christians, but also sometimes for gay people. And so having someone who I know understands that my relationship with God supersedes anything about my physicality, including what I am attracted to emotionally and physically, because I'm not just homosexual, I'm homo emotional. This what happens between me and Marcus is not just about what's below our belt. It is about so much more than that. And so I think about, I mean, even the Ghana thing, hurts me to my heart, because Ghana was on my list of where we were going to go this year for what would have been like a honeymoon for us, because I didn't get a chance to do the trip, the return. Ghana has always been on the top of my list of places that I wanted to go. And it's no longer on that list. And I think about all of the Black gay folks that I know who are world citizens and world travelers. And we so desperately want to find places on the continent where we can go and have the experience of being on the continent and not being other. And to have this now be making us not only other, but other in a way that is criminally punishable, right? And so it's sad that, Black gay folks who want to travel the world and be world citizens are relegated to oftentimes European countries. I've been to Greece more times than I've been to the continent of Africa. I've been to Latin America more times than I've been to the continent of Africa, right? And that's sad to me, that I won't necessarily be able to go with my partner and have that experience of walking around and everybody look like us.
Right. But thank you for the clarification. It passed in Parliament. The bill passed in Parliament. It would impose a maximum 5-year jail term for forming or funding LGBTQ plus groups. The lawmakers heckled down attempts to replace prison sentences with community service. So they were like, nah, jail. It has to go before the president, President Nana Akufo-Addo, to sign into law. Some believe he will not sign it into law. But the fact that Parliament passed this and then fought to make sure there was a jail sentence attached to it is kind of telling to your point, to be Black. I also think about, the fight for freedom, everywhere. I mean, we may be fighting for our actual rights here, period, like very soon. And I think about those that came before us that were beaten and bludgeoned in all kinds of manner of disrespect, not just jumping off of curbs to make way for other people by law, sitting in, different places by law, having to drink from different water fountains, go to different bathrooms by law. We are now imposing laws on people, restricting their freedom. And I just want to know what the point is. Like, are you thinking you're going to eradicate something that has been here since man? That exists throughout nature. And for those who think it's unnatural, I will direct you to a lot in National Geographic, 866-801-8255. But beyond that, whether you think it's natural or unnatural, whether you like it or don't like it, my whole thing is always, if you don't like something, don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how somebody else's choices or somebody else's life prevents you from living your full life. But your laws can prevent somebody from living their full lives. So I think we should give deference to people, everybody living their full lives and being free. How does it hurt you? And that's kind of the question. Like, why does this bother people so strongly? If you don't like to do it, if you don't like it, don't do it. It's just so simple. 866-801-8255. I remember when the whole gay marriage thing, I was like, you don't like gay marriage? Don't be gay and be married. It's
don't marry a gay person.